So I've had my Dadcars Grand Sport for about 7 months now, and would you believe it, after 7 months of trouble-free motoring, it's been an absolute dream. The week I come to list it for sale on Auto Trader, we've got a problem. I noticed a small fluid leak a couple of days before Shedfest, so basically I didn't have the time to get it sorted, so I opted not to take it to Shedfest, left it here. Basically it stayed on the driveway for about 10 days, which is the longest it's gone without being driven. But that small fluid leak is now a rather large fluid leak. And this morning I've just gone to drive it and take it up to Ash at Exotic and Supercar to get sorted. And would you believe it, there is a warning light on the dash. So that I really can't afford to risk it, you know, right at the end of my ownership here when it's going up for sale. So I'm gonna have to get it transported over there. And look, I've just got everything crossed that, you know, we don't end on a sour note here. You know, there were so many naysayers when I bought this car saying, oh God, high mile, old Maserati, good luck. That's gonna be so unreliable and be a money pit for you. And it hasn't been. But regardless, we are gonna find out in this video how the Dadcars Grand Sport story ends. My name's Ben and welcome to Dadcars. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a couple of weeks since my car was recovered and brought here to Exotic and Supercar. And I can see it just over there and it looks like it's ready to drive away, which is a good sign, but it is Judgment Day. So what we need to do is go inside, speak to Ash, find out what the problem was, and most importantly, how much it's going to cost me. Hello, Ash.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. When you called me up and said it was done,
Yep.
you didn't have a tone of voice, which made me feel really, really, really worried. So that's, am I right? Like, we're not talking thousands and thousands here, are we?
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately not, no.
So first off, what was the actual problem then?
So the problem we had was the main feed pipe for the F1 system from the reservoir to the pump had like a perished, aged, a little crack in it, which was causing the fluid under the amount of pressure that the pump runs to leak.
So what was it? Transmission fluid or was it?
F1 fluid.
F1 fluid. Okay. Yeah, right. How much is that part?
So the part is £131.39 from Maserati.
Okay.
But from Ferrari, exactly the same part number, is £96.44.
So it's cheaper from
Ferrari
than Maserati. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I know some people don't believe it, but you always got to check.
Yeah.
Ferrari part numbers as well for Maseratis and vice versa.
Okay, and I hope you put the Ferrari part on, obviously. Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, I'll put the Ferrari part.
Okay, yeah, no, cool. Okay, and I guess like the other sort of killer question then is, how long did it take? What was the labour sort of time roughly on doing that?
It's around 2 hours. 2 hours labour to obviously diagnose, clean it all, change it all, and obviously re-bleed of the whole system.
Okay.
So not too bad.
Yeah, no, fab. Yeah, so like, what's my invoice looking like?
So the invoice is around £285 plus VAT for the pipe, Ferrari pipe.
Yeah.
And all the labour and fitment and bleeding.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, that's.
To be fair,
great, yeah.
It took longer to do the courtesy clean on your vehicle than it did to change the pipe.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Obviously, it's not the kids, obviously it's you. Obviously, McDonald's wrappers, sweet wrappers. I think someone likes, is it Chewits?
No. Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, I think I was in a bit of a rush. But at least you can verify that it wasn't that bad, was it? What, in the back?
No, driver's front.
Oh, no. No. Well, at least that actually proves that I do actually use it as a daily. Because I have some people saying, oh, there's no way he dailies that Grand Sport around. But I actually do. I use it to pick the kids up and take them to clubs.
You can tell it's been eaten and drinking, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, brilliant. Oh, well, look, that's amazing. I was so worried because, yeah, that fluid and that gearbox, I was just, I was so stressed out, right?
Oh, when you see all the lights on the dash, it's a bit of a worry, but.
No, that's it, definitely. But I think the cool thing here is that so many people in the comments when I first got that car, they were going, "Oh, good luck, buddy. You know, you've got a high mile old Maserati like that. It's going to ruin you. It's going to be unreliable. There's no way you're going to be driving that every day." But when that leak first happened, I noticed it quite small. If I bought it straight up here before the light came on and it was all still working, it wouldn't have technically left me straight. Well, it didn't. It was on the driveway, but. So it technically wouldn't have broken down. I could have got it up here and could have got that done. So it's only because I got so busy and then I had to leave it for 10 days and that's why it happened. So I take this as, you know, a huge sort of victory for, you know, vindication for these Maseratis in my opinion. So yeah, no, that's brilliant.
It's all about getting the right car and keeping on top of it.
Yeah.
And your car's obviously done the mileage, but it's also had the services and everything else. It's a loved car.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the difference. A loved car and a neglected car.
Yeah, a loved car that's been used regularly.
Mileage is irrelevant when it comes down to that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, no, and the cool thing about my car actually is that I think it's in the first 3 years there was over 70,000 miles done in the first 3 years. So whoever bought that as a new car was like an absolute legend. So, right, oh god, it was such a relief, honestly, because obviously now the. I put it up for sale now. As soon as I sort of heard that it was fixed, I put it up on Auto Trader. Yeah, and the last thing I need to do is there's a scratch that during my ownership, there's a scratch on the rear wheel arch. It was my fault, so I want to get that fixed. But
I suppose you're not blaming your kids, like with the rubbish.
No, I'm not blaming them. No. But we know a detailer, like local detailer, Lee, don't we? So
good guy.
Yeah, that's my plan. Next is I'm going to get it over to Lee so he can sort that scratch and give it a good clean as well. But Ash always.
Someone will get a good car.
Yeah, that's it. Look,
you'll miss that car.
I know, it won't be my last Maserati, honestly. If my channel was like, you know, 5 times bigger and bringing in 5 times as much.
Get sharing.
Yeah. Honestly, it's such a cool car for the money. You know, and I've become a huge fan and lover of those gearboxes as well.
I think once you're used to it, you find the quirks.
Yeah.
You end up loving it.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's such a fun car to drive at legal speeds. That's what I love about that car. So, yeah, amazing. Thanks, Ash.
Cool. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Big shout out to Dan, the recovery man. I highly recommend you pause the screen now and save this number in your phone because you never know when you might need it. And he is amazing. But next up was to get the car over to Lee to see if we can sort out that scratch.
Lee, good to see you again.
How you doing?
Yeah, lovely to see you. We met actually at the first Dadcars event last year, didn't we?
Yes.
You came, yeah, so no, thanks for that.
That's all right.
So today you're going to be giving the Dadcars Grand Sport a proper clean, yeah?
Yeah, getting it all tidied up, the exterior and all that, get it all sorted out for you, ready for the new owner to enjoy.
And there is as well, above the wheel arch on the back, there's a nasty scratch which I did whilst driving it.
Yeah.
And whenever a car that I have goes onto a new owner, I don't like it to be worse than when I had it. So, oh my God, that looks so much better, Lee. Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, you can barely see it unless you're right up next to it there. You're based here in Hampshire.
Yes.
And just quickly, just let everybody know what services you offer here. So obviously detailing.
Yeah, so we do mobile valets, deep cleans as well. And then we also do the detailing side of things. So this is paint correction, getting rid of those swells and scratches, ceramic coatings, and then we also do PPF as well. So paint protection film to protect your pride and joy.
Excellent. And I'll put a link to your socials and how to get hold of you and everything in the description below as well. So right, yeah, look, the sun's shining. I'm gonna get back in this and head home. Now, time for some good news and some bad news. So good news is that this channel now has over 26,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. It means the world to me. And we've got over 50,000 followers on Instagram now as well. And more good news is that it's my intention now to not just do 1 video a week on this channel. I want to release at least 6 videos a month and try to hopefully get to the point where I am doing 2 videos a week. And the reason I'm doing that is because I am working now on the Dadcars channel full time. This is my full-time job, and the money that it brings in at the moment. It does bring in some money, but it's not even close to covering just costs and expenses at the moment. And this brings us on to the bad news. You know, for those who've been following the Trading Down series, you know, I sold the Aston, traded down to this, and I've been using that money, genuinely using that money that I freed up to top up my money each month to pay for everything I need. And this was the sub £20,000 step in the Trading Down series. So the next car was supposed to be sub 15,000. But my motor journalist trade car insurance came out again recently, and that's very many thousands of pounds. Also, I spent out thousands of pounds on all of the stuff that I needed for the Dadcars events, the marquee and everything else. And so the bad news is we're having to skip the sub £15,000 Trading Down step and go straight to sub £10,000. But this is quite sad because I was looking forward to getting maybe a Jaguar XJ Super Sport for sub £15,000. You know, recently did the C6 V10 Audi RS6, and in the classifieds you see them up for around 16,000. You know, that might have been something that I would have been able to buy. I was even starting to look at the E60 V10 M5s as well. But look, the next car's got to be sub £10,000. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think is the most exciting dad car that you can buy for sub £10,000? Obviously, you know the types of cars that I like. If you watching this know somebody who's got an exciting dad car like that, you know, around that price bracket range, and you know you think they might be open to maybe doing a deal for £10,000, please reach out to me. My email address will be below as well, or you can DM me on Instagram. This Dadorati Grand Sport is now currently up for sale on Auto Trader, so I'll put a link in the description below. We interrupt this scheduled programming with an exciting update. Moments after filming the bit that you were just watching, I got a phone call from a channel subscriber who is interested in buying the Grand Sport, and I just see a Gran Turismo turning up now. So look, fingers crossed, let's see how this goes. It might have a new owner.
So we already had most of this video filmed and planned and ready, and the end part was supposed to be a final push to promote my car being up for sale on Auto Trader. But a lovely channel subscriber arrived with his son and his brother-in-law, who was driving this rather lovely MC Shift Gran Turismo. I let him take it on a test drive with me on the passenger side along my normal review test route. And shortly after hitting the national speed limit section, he turned to me and said, "Ben, I'll take it." So we headed back to my house, the two Maseratis looking and sounding glorious together. I mean, seeing and hearing one Maserati drive past you on a perfect sunny day is an event, but to see these two go past must have been a real treat for the eyes and ears. I removed the Multimac seat from the back and the sale was completed. The new owner then drove away the Grand Sport with his teenage son on the passenger seat. For me, your first drive home in that new to you special car is always such a magical moment, such a magical memory, and I could not be happier about who purchased what will always be a really special car for me, my first Dadorati, you know, a channel subscriber and a father of four himself.
And just like that, I am no longer a Maserati owner. All I've got left is these stains on my driveway, which, I mean, now looking at the driveway, it's a perfect excuse for me to finally give this a proper jet wash because it looks disgusting. But it's always a bit bittersweet, isn't it, when, you know, you sell a car, obviously you've decided you need to sell it for whatever reason, but when you genuinely loved that car and really genuinely enjoyed your time with it, definitely is a bit bittersweet. And suddenly my Aventime doesn't seem quite so fun, quite so ironic. Having this as my only dad car now, yeah, I need to hurry up and get the most exciting dad car I possibly can for sub £10,000, don't I? I guess I should probably break the news to the girls as well. Somebody bought it today, so the Maserati's gone now.
Oh.
What do you think? Is that all right?
Who brought it?
Somebody who watches our channel brought it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. we shouldn't be sad about it, because some people who have cars like Maserati Grand Sports and cars like that, yeah, they just put them in the garage and then they never drive them unless it's perfect weather, and they don't let their children in them and things like that. But we used it all the time, didn't we? Although we don't have the car anymore, the thing that we do have, and that's most precious, is the memories that we made in that car.
Oh.
Yeah, so should we have a look now at all of the memories that we made in that car?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
So Ben, there's
Yeah.
just one thing left to do. Enjoy your new car.
My first Italian car. Going from daily driving an Aston Martin for 2 years, 12,000 miles, to this 2005 Maserati Grand Sport, it's been, let's say, a little bit of a culture shock. Girls, how on earth are we all going to fit in this car?
We fitted the Multimac 1000 into the back, which is our second largest three-seater.
There's enough space for everyone in a Maserati. You can go to Maserati. You can go to Maserati. You can go in a Maserati.
Who are the Sporting Bears?
If you say Maserati, say again Maserati. Oh wow, that was amazing. This car is better than your car. I don't agree. See, practical. It's a practical dad car, isn't it?
You should have cleaned the car really, but just like 4 children.
My wife has never driven this car, so let's see what she thinks.
You want it in sport mode as well?
No, I don't want
Yeah, look.
sport mode.
There you go.
Dad, I got one question.
Oh, yes, sweetie.
Why do you like cars?
Why do I like cars?
Yeah.
I can't explain why. I think because they're the ultimate expression of freedom to me. When you first get your driving license and you realise that you can just go and do whatever you want, it's so special. It's something that everybody takes for granted now. You know, 'cause it's like turning a tap and water comes out. But it's so incredible, the extension of your freedom that a car gives you. And then sports cars and special cars like this, you know, they're pieces of art that celebrate that special thing, you know, having a car and the extension of your freedom. That's why I love cars so much, I think. I haven't articulated that very well.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who supports this channel. What's next? At the time of recording, I genuinely don't know. Subscribe to find out.